this morning we took the train to Napoli. Now, if you don't know anything about train travel in Europe, it's unmatched. It is absolutely incredible. It's how I've been going on this 16-day backpacking trip throughout Europe. We started in Paris, we went to Lyon, and then we stopped in Geneva, Sion, Switzerland, and now we are in Rome. And this morning we took the train to Napoli, like I said. So now that we're here, we're going to be here for about a half day until about 5 p.m. And we're going to go on a food tour, walking around, do a walking tour, see the sights. But before I get into my day in Naples, I want to talk about the restaurant. It was my first experience last night, and I know for a fact it will not be my last. Without sounding too dramatic, it was, in fact, probably the best meal that I've ever had in my entire life. Cameraman Brian and I had a cacio e pepe and then a carbonara. Now, carbonara is a Roman dish, so I really wanted to have it there because obviously the restaurant is just so well known, and had a lot of hype around it, and it was incredible. The carbonara had incredible, beautiful pieces of guanciale. They were perfectly cut, perfect thickness, and it was crispy but fatty. And oh my gosh, the sauce for the carbonara, I mean, truly the creamiest and most perfectly seasoned sauce that I've ever had. The egg was just silky and rich, and the pepper complemented everything so well. And the pasta, I mean, that was just like hands down delicious, al dente, incredible. And then the cacio e pepe, if you're not like an egg or a meat person, it's just a great alternative to getting the carbonara. I'm not positive if cacio e pepe is a Roman dish. If it is, I'll put it on the screen here or whatever the answer to that is. But it was another great option at the restaurant that we had last night. We also had some fried mozzarella and a fried zucchini flower. Now, I had never had a fried zucchini flower prepared the way that they did. They breaded it and stuffed it with cheese and anchovies, and then they deep fried it, and oh my gosh, the umami and richness of that dish, just so good. And we rounded everything out with tiramisu, which is another Roman dish, and it was, again, the best tiramisu that I had ever had. Truly, if you're in Rome, that's the only restaurant you need to go to. But don't worry, we're gonna go spend the day in Naples. We're gonna go back to Rome later tonight and explore a little bit more of the Roman cuisine and all that Rome has to offer. So let's have some pastries at our first stop in Naples and keep on going.
Si sa, noi del sud parliamo a voce alta, si sa, noi del sud facciamo discussione imposta. Siamo allergici alle strisce, di restare in fila non ci riesce neanche ai funerali. Si sa, noi del sud leggiamo libri a stento, si sa, noi del sud collezioniamo caffè a scrocco. Imbattibili nel lancio di parole dai balconi, siamo tesserati al club delle comari.
What does it taste like?
It's just like a cream, but I guess it's pistachio. It's really good.
That's so good. Oh my god. And you can have all the pastry after. 10 out of 10. Obsessed. We've made a discovery. There is like a bready piece in here and then a whole layer of chocolate. I almost didn't get this because I wasn't sure if this was as traditional, because it looked like there was one with chocolate, one with, like, there were just different fillings. And the other type that we had, which might seem familiar to you because it's like a lobster tail, which if you're from the New York area, that's what they call them. It's traditional Napoli pastry. But this one I had never seen before. And get this guy. Just get this guy when you come to Naples.
So one thing that I like to do when I'm visiting a new city, or honestly even an old city or somewhere that I have visited before, is to take a walking tour. Now, I personally think that walking tours are some of the best ways to get your bearings around a new place and to really learn about all of the local spots and the history and the culture. And that is exactly what we did on this day. Our tour guide was from Napoli, and he had so much information and tips and tricks about the city that he was able to share with us, which was really awesome because I think the way that the city is designed, it can be really confusing to understand how to get from one place to another because the streets are narrow, or you're not really, street signs aren't as obvious. It can be a bit confusing, honestly. So it was nice to really maximize the time that we had there by just being, corralled around by our tour guide and then delivered so much rich information. But aside from that, I will also note on this day, we were actually supposed to meet my parents in Naples because they were also traveling. However, there was a strike with the baggage union in Italy, and they couldn't get into Naples, and it was quite unfortunate because obviously we're supposed to meet up with them. But that is another thing to note, that the Italian, I guess, union or transportation department in the country they go on strike a lot, so always make sure that you're checking whether there is a strike, or sometimes they even plan their strikes because it could affect your travel, whether it's through trains, through taxis, or obviously even flying into the country.
Scivola, scivola, come la pioggia scivola, come un bambino rotola, sai farlo pure tu. Prendila e stringila, è un'emozione candida. Socchiudi gli occhi e immagina il sole che tramonta già, il mare d'una vela che è già gonfia di blu. Lascia che evapori, sei un'emozione frigida, la sigaretta spegnila e riporta gli occhi in su, dalla finestra come un pittore sogna.
So this is pizza fritta, and it is a must-eat when you are in Naples. It is literally fried pizza. It looks similar to a calzone. We just got the vegetarian. A lot of them have meat. The traditional, I believe, has pork, but it's really just the vegetarian with pork. So let's break it open. Also, the size of this thing, oh my goodness. We were gonna get two, but then we saw how big they were. We decided just to get one to share. Oh man. Okay, let's take a bite. It is so good. It's not greasy. It's like the perfect fried bread. It's kind of got like that flop to it. Delicious. Neapolitan street food tends to have a lot of fried options, so you can get like a fritto misto or other things like that here, but you must try the pizza fritta if you find yourself in Napoli.
Now, we couldn't leave Naples without getting some true Neapolitan style pizza. So we quickly found the first place we could get into that seemed like it had good reviews because there were a lot of lines on the day that we were there, and we had a train to catch back to Rome. And all I have to say is that this pizza tasted as good as it looks. Truly, pretty much anywhere in Naples is going to have good pizza. Now, there are some places that are renowned to have the best pizza in the world, and if you have time to wait in those lines, wait in them. I promise it'll be good. But if you kind of just use your instincts and check some reviews online, you won't be disappointed. Get yourself a margarita, learn about Queen Margherita, which, if you don't know, that's the legend that they say that the margherita pizza was for Queen Margherita. Italian flag, red, white, green, for the Queen of Napoli. Anyways, get yourself some pizza, enjoy your day in Naples, and know that all of the food there is gonna be good.
What do you want from the machine?
I will take a cafe macchiato.
Macchiato?
Mm-hmm.
Cacao?
Oh, con cacao. Yeah, let's do it.
Come grab it. Come grab it. Cheers.
We headed back into Rome and we wanted to get something as like a little late night snack. So we came to Supli, which is a like Roman arancini. So we got the cacio e pepe flavor because it felt like the perfect Roman treat. And oh my goodness, it was so good. I'm not like sure the difference between supli and arancini, but I like both of them. So if you like some rice that is stuffed with any kind of goodie and then deep fried, supli might be for you. And then quite literally like a block away, or maybe like a block and a half away, we went here for gelato. And this was our first gelato of the trip. Truly can't get enough of it when I'm traveling throughout Italy. I obviously had to get the pistachio flavor. Pistachio might be my favorite flavor of gelato, but this hit the spot. Really could go for some right now, honestly. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we still have a little bit more left from this trip, so stay tuned.